we're live. We're live.
Hey, welcome to Comedy Ain't Easy. My name is Keith Irvin. I'm your host for tonight. Super excited about the show. We've got two guests coming in. Dayton comics. You've probably seen them at Wiley's. You might have seen them at the Funny Bone. We got Mr. Scotty Mays.
Hello.
And we've got Mr. Gary Henry.
How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. What's new with you, Gary?
Oh,
Hey, wait, hold. I'm the host.
Oh,
I start the question.
I get this.
Okay, we gotta have a little. All right, so I start the questions, and you can elaborate the questions.
Well, you said fellas,
And
so
then-
I was just deflecting.
Oh, okay.
And then we were gonna.
Okay, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3.
I
Duck,
don't
goose
care.
thing
You
going
just
on.
caught me off guard, so I was just gonna let him carry.
Well, I was just gonna let Gary start since he's the youngest of us, and let us see what he's got going on, and if you got any shows or anything happening right now.
I go to Louisville next Saturday for a benefit show, so I'm looking forward to that. I got a couple things coming out, but you know they're not for a while, so.
But that's your biggest one coming up.
Yeah, it's about a 3-hour drive, so yeah, really doing the thing. Yeah.
Okay, now you're a truck driver, and you got a little one, and you got a wife.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
It ain't easy.
Hey.
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh yeah, but don't bump. Yeah, I'm a third shift truck driver, man, and finding time to balance the family, work, comedy, and sleep, you know. It's a little difficult sometimes, but you know, it's worth it. You know, I do a lot of my comedy writing while I'm driving.
Yes,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
Is that illegal?
I do a lot of my comedy thinking while I'm driving.
There you go. There you go.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, but I have a 5-year-old son at home, and he's very independent.
Okay,
so I
well,
hope
what's his name?
Hope he's still there. Cooper.
I hope he's still there.
His name's Cooper.
Cooper. Hey, Cooper. Say hey to Coop.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Coop. So, what are your tires on your truck? Are those Cooper tires?
There are, yeah.
Good one. Nice. Scotty Mays batting up. So what's going on, Scotty? What you got? What you doing?
Oh, I have nothing. Well, actually, no. I used to have nothing. Now I have things now, so I'm getting all that back. You tend to lose that when you're, you know, an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Right,
But
you're
I
a
don't have to live
recovering
that life
alcoholic.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And now you're in the comedy.
Doing this recovery thing, yeah. You know, that I picked the lowest form of entertainment to succeed or not succeed in.
Yeah.
And it's hit or miss.
So now, so the comedy thing, is that your relief?
Yes.
For-
Well, you know, honestly, a lot of the recovery meetings I go to, I get a lot of my medicine from there, relief, so to speak.
Okay.
But comedy that's just for me. you
Right.
know. I hate to sound selfish, but I really enjoy just being up there, and that allows all of my split personalities to participate as opposed to
Right.
leaving some at home.
Right. Now, what program are you with? And, you know, shout them out.
Well, you know, it's an anonymous program, so I can't.
Oh, okay.
promote
That's
it.
that private secret.
Yeah, it's weird. We're not a cult, but it's just kind of
Close enough.
right. No affiliation with Jay-Z.
How about some R. Kelly? You got some R. Kelly going on in there?
Oh man, it's golden. It's golden.
Oh man. So, but you got any shows coming up or anything?
Actually, Monday at Noodles and Company on Austin Landing,
Noodles and
doing
Company.
a fundraiser.
Nice.
The proceeds are going to FOA, which stands for Families of Addiction. And basically, those are families who were affected by people with, you know, the disease of addiction.
Right.
And it's really today, it's all about education. Because
Right.
the more that
You
we
wanna
can
put
learn
it out
about the
there.
disease, I'm not saying we have to accept it, you know, but to have a better understanding of it is really important. There's just too many stigmas out there.
Right. Yeah. It's a big thing going on there.
Yeah.
Mr. Henry.
Yes, sir.
So what do you drive how many days a week? And
I just drive 5 days a week. I'm home every night. So.
but you do shows before.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much sleep on those nights.
And then you have to go home and and watch Coop?
Yeah, I go out at midnight and I come back in whenever I get done. And yeah, and then I watch Cooper while my wife goes to work. And then when she gets home, I get a few hours of sleep. And if I have a show, I just go to the show and yeah, try to remember what I'm supposed to say on stage.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 35. I feel like I'm older though.
Ooh, yeah.
35.
Jeez, there's no way I could do that, man. I don't get it. I don't see how you do it.
Yeah, I've been on third shift for like 7 years, man. You just don't get used to it. Well, you know, you work third shift too.
Yeah, I work third shift as well, but I don't have a kid to go home to.
Well, that's true, yeah.
I know you're saying, thank you, Jesus.
No, I'm saying thank you, technology and electronics. I'm joking.
Oh, man.
You know, you should have said yet.
Yet. Man, I'm 53 years old.
Man.
It ain't there.
I think Abraham was 119. And,
yeah.
You know.
Abraham had willing participants. My participants don't even want to come out.
That's true. Yeah. I can relate to, you know, just being exhausted and being busy all the time. I just got off the comedy bus tour.
I was going to say.
You know, and that RTA.
Right, yeah. Dropped you off right here with a joke,
wasn't it? It's mentally exhausting.
There wasn't no shooting on there, was it?
No, the only shooting that was going on, I had to Narcan 3 people. But that's because of bad comedy. It had nothing to do with drug overdose.
Right, have you done yet?
Yeah.
So you've got a big festival, big thing coming up downtown.
August 27th.
Won't you tell
Rally for Recovery at Courthouse Square.
Courthouse Square.
Yeah, there'll be a ton of treatment centers there. There'll be all kinds of useful information, education that you can get. I'll be emceeing it with ABC 22, Fox 45's Kelly May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's going to be a good time, man. There's going to be music, food. There's a sobriety countdown. All kinds of cool stuff. A balloon launch.
You lost me at Kelly May, man. She's pretty attractive young lady.
She's, yeah.
So yeah, I didn't catch anything else you said after that.
That's okay. That's all right.
No, I'm just kidding. So what can somebody do if they wanted to get a hold or contribute to, or?
You could go to FOA.org, or, you know, my contact is Lori Arion. She is actually the founder of FOA.
Okay.
This is an organization that started 4 years ago with 6 people and a pack of Twizzlers.
Wow.
At a meeting, and now our meetings average over 112.
Nice.
People.
Wow.
And you guys meet every week?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Off of Finley at the Life Enrichment Center.
Okay.
So it's really cool. And it's not structured like your typical recovery meeting. It's more of a round table discussion. People ask questions, and you know, we're able to learn from families who we've affected, because when I was, you know, out there running and ripping, I didn't think I was hurting anybody but myself.
Right. Right, you don't see the big picture.
But the direct impact is really our families. I mean, they really take a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
And to see the unity in that room,
nice.
It's beautiful, man. It really is.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice that you're doing that and then going the extra mile, because you're also.
Yeah, I work at a treatment center. I'm an alumni coordinator.
Yeah.
So people who graduate the program there, I just keep in touch with them, and more of a sober support for them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm truly blessed to be where I'm at today.
Yeah, we're blessed to have you out there fighting the fight for us, man. Mr. Henry, you were talking about you do your writing on the while you're not driving. Where you get your ideas from?
Life, man. Everywhere. You know, really, if I hear something, you know, like on the radio or a TV show or something my son or wife says, you know, I just mull it over while I'm driving, and, you know, something starts to formulate, and then I can put it into my act. You know, I figure out where I can put it. And,
right.
You know, so basically, like, I don't do the typical sit down and write for 2 hours a day. I mean, I've tried that method doesn't work for me. So it's more of like, if I hear a couple of funny words or a phrase or something like that, I'll just think about it over and over and over until something comes to me, or else I'll just
flip it and get a tag for it.
Yeah, or I'll just keep it in the back of my mind, and then something will just click one day, or something like that.
Right.
So.
Now, when I try that, and I try not to, if I think of something and I'm driving and I'll be like, and I don't have a pen or paper to write it down, man, I could go 2 blocks and it is gone.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
It is gone. I have no idea what I was thinking, what I was talking about, or anything. And it was a good one, too. So that just makes me mad all the time when that happens. And somebody told me there's an app that you can download on your phone, E-Note or something like that.
I've heard of that, yeah.
What he called it, but he said that thing works great, so I might have to.
Was that something you just hold in and speak into?
Yeah, you just whatever came to your mind, at least it's there and not gone 2 seconds later. But I'm 53 years old, so you know what I mean? I have to remind myself to go to the bathroom. It's on my wall. It said, pee now.
I would love to hear the playback of some of those after a night of binge drinking. You wake up the next morning and have this plethora of ideas.
Right now, I've got a backup pillow and a blanket next to the tub, so I just lay in the tub. That's what.
That reminds me, like when I was a kid, I used to sleepwalk a lot. And I asked my parents, I'm like, can you ask me to write something down or draw a picture or something? I thought that would be so cool, just to see what comes up out of my subconscious,
That's so funny.
Yeah, they never did it, but.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, you remember how your teacher, like when you were in let's say 6th grade, 7th grade, maybe, I don't know, elementary, where you would write down what you wanted to be when you grew up. And for years, I thought it was like, have a family, have a picket fence, the whole house and dog and, ran into my elementary school teacher. I was maybe 25, working at this spot called Norton's in Kettering. And she came in and recognized me, and I recognized her. I mean, she was like my favorite teacher. And she kept all her notes. So she had the paper that I turned in about what I wanted to. Man, there were talking about, had like boobs on there. I was like, crap, I'm a pervert at 10 too.
Well, were they her boobs?
Right, probably. She was like a young teacher, so she was probably just starting out in her 20s. So I'm sure she was hot because she was pretty good looking still.
Is that one goal that you actually achieved, writing?
Yeah, I got boobs.
Don't we all?
Eyes up here, sir.
Right, my eyes are here. That's awesome. But yeah, so that's my pervert being 10 story.
All my teachers hated me. So that's cool that you had.
Really? Yeah, it was a surprise to see her after all them years.
Grew up in the soda bass. And,
growing up in the soda bass wasn't nothing like it is today, people. It's nothing like it, but when we heard a gunshot, we knew it was time to go to bed.
Oh, man.
Night, night.
That was just your dad, right?
Right. That was my mom.
Yeah.
Now? It was my mom doing the shooting. They had time to go. Yeah, we used to have to go to bed at 8 o'clock on school nights. And in the summer, it's still light out, so living in a project, 8 o'clock, you're tucked up in the bed, the sun is still beaming in the room.
Feels like a punishment.
And the kids are still running around playing.
You can hear them, yeah.
Oh, it was brutal, but.
And where are those kids at today, though? Look at you.
Yeah, look at me on my own. Right.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Much love. So you're talking about when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I was a class clown constantly. I was always starved for attention, basically. 4th grade teacher, for instance, couldn't stand me. And one day I was pretty sure that I was breaking out with chicken pox. And I went up to her and said, I think I have chicken pox. And she was like, sit down, you little liar.
Oh.
So I contaminated the whole classroom.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Nice.
It was, fun times. That's what she gets. That's karma. That's karma. Mrs. Smith.
How you doing, Mr. Smith?
Did she end up with shingles?
That's cruel. That's funny.
No, I was a horrible kid, though, yeah. I mean, I remember 5th grade, I got ringworm on the side of my face. I didn't know what it was, and somebody's like, that's a fungus, you dirty butt. So I went to school and told everybody my dad burnt me with a cigar.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Children's Services ended up at the school. They were getting ready to take me away. Of course, you know, that was kind of a preview of what was to come a couple of years from that.
Wow.
But, yeah, my parents weren't happy.
Wow.
Yeah, I caught stuff on fire.
Oh, my God.
I know where Jimmy Hoffa's body's buried.
Is that where you hit Jimmy Hoffa? That's funny. So how do you do your writing?
I'm somewhat like he is, really. I'm not really good at sitting down and just going for it, but my ideas come from a lot of life experiences. And not so much like I have past experiences, but also if I'm somewhere like, say, today and I see something, I start to build a story off of that. For some reason, I'm on this Waffle House kick right now because every time I go there, it's comedy gold, man. I'm thinking I need to go there and Trader's World, and then I would be set for the year.
Hey, check out Aldi's on the 1st of the month, brother. Hey, there's a lot of good stuff in there, too.
Yeah, well, except I get yelled at because I go to put the cart back in, and some dude's like, "Oh man, I ain't got a quarter. Let me get that cart." You know, because you know to get the cart.
Oh yeah. So
They end up giving you a nickel.
Yeah.
Well, that's your own damn fault for
It
not
really
paying attention in school.
is.
You don't know a quarter and a nickel.
I feel
What you
bad.
do for getting that wingworm thing going on?
It's about the size of a nickel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So do you?
I mean, I do write. I
Right.
do. I mean, I carry, a book around with me, and if I get an idea, I'll write a keyword in there, or I'll write a sentence, and then it just doesn't seem very funny. But that's the beauty of the comedy community, though, with the friends that you have in this field, is you can run something by them.
Yeah, the
They'll be like,
workshops.
"Man, why don't you try this?" And,
Yeah.
just every little tag really
Yeah,
helps.
it does make a big difference. We did a workshop yesterday you were at Wiley's down in Oregon, and Mr. Henry didn't make it, but it was a good work. I mean, there was probably
It was crazy.
20
Yeah.
or so.
I've never seen
It was
like
it was crazy. I've never
Wow.
seen it like that.
Jesse
but I mean,
Nutt
with
was
some
there.
Jesse
A
Nutt,
girl came in and said, "I'm looking for Jesse's
Yeah.
nuts."
Melissa McQueen. Yeah, she's there this weekend at Wiley's
No.
headlining.
In my defense, I wish I would have went, but I actually got some sleep yesterday, so
Man,
Thank
I
you, thank you.
never
thank you.
apologize for sleep.
It's hard to come by, man. It's
Mom's like, "Oh, you're supposed to take me to the doctor." I slept.
it's a rare commodity.
Yeah, really.
for sure.
Yeah. And that's just working the third shift. I couldn't even imagine working third shift and also having to keep an eye on how it is. Coop.
He's 5. He'll be 6 in December. Yeah. Getting ready to start kindergarten.
Man, children's services would be knocking on my kid. Your boy's down at BP again.
Actually, I have an embarrassing story. I don't know if I want to tell it or not, but oh man.
Oh, you got to now.
Yeah, I got to now, right? Well, this was like last summer, and I was just so exhausted from working thirds, and I ended up passing out on the couch, and my son Cooper, he's on the laptop, and I end up passing out on the couch, and then I hear somebody knocking on the door, and I jump up, and because I didn't want him to answer, and he's standing there knocking on the door, and I open it up. I'm like, "What are you doing outside?" And he's like, "Daddy, I had to poop."
So he went and pooped outside?
He went and pooped outside. Yeah, I
What a
walked
nice
outside
guy.
and right up there along the house. Yeah, there was a big one. I'm like, oh.
Nice.
Did you give him a treat for not going in?
No, I didn't, man. I was scared though, because
Yeah, that would be.
all it would take was somebody
Yeah.
to walk by and just whoop, scoop him up and see you later.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
if I was going to kidnap somebody and they were dropping a deuce, that would not.
Yeah, I'd be like, next.
But why not,
Give
though?
him
At
some-
least you know he's house trained.
Well, he ain't in the house. Throw that kid some toilet paper and call it a day. Run.
Oh, man. Yeah, but, yeah, Dad.
Oh, no. That had to, but don't seriously, that had to scare you.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did, yeah. Yeah.
Well, for sharing embarrassing stories, my son, when he was 2.5, I had taken a nap as well, and he was in his crib, and it was a little too quiet, and I went in there, and the diaper was off, and he had finger painted all over the wall and himself. And man, I'm holding him out here like, don't touch me. Just, mom's at Carousel Beauty College trying to get her cosmetology. This was before cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, I'm.
That's right, because you're 41.
41.
Yeah, so Now, I would shout out his little. What you got? You got kids?
Yeah, my kids are all grown up. I have a 16-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old son, though they live with their other mother.
Okay.
And then I have 4 grandchildren.
And you're.
With the 5th on the
Wow.
way. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So you're a granddaddy 4-5 times?
That's right. I'm going to have more grandchildren than John Cena's going to have wrestling titles. That's my goal.
Yeah, you're well on your way, bro.
Yeah.
You're well on your way.
Keep plugging away, kids.
Hey. But granddad look good, though.
Yeah, hey, I try.
Yeah.
I try. I definitely look a lot better than I did, a little bit
Now,
ago.
how long has it been? I mean, how many years have you?
Well, I haven't had any alcohol for over 5 years, but it's been 1.5 years total from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Grace of God, right?
Amen. Absolutely.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So, Mr. Henry, what's your show about in the Indy you got? Is it a...
It's down in Louisville. It's actually
Louisville.
Yeah, it's actually to raise funds for a little local football team down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you got some names to go with it, or are you just doing a one-man
No.
show?
One man show. Listen to this guy. No, actually, it's put on by one of the local comics down there. His name's Bob Raymer.
Okay.
I met him at another show up here in Springdale, and after the show, he just approached me and said, "Hey, I'd like to bring you down to Louisville," and so I just got a hold of him. And also, Bruce Leonard is headlining that show.
Okay.
You guys know Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty funny guy. He's a Cincy comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's the one that always posts about Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys aren't friends with him then. Okay.
Yeah. You said he's been to Dayton?
Just stop. You don't.
Yeah. I'm just trying. I need some
I-
shows, man.
Well, I'm not his manager, so I don't know where he's been, but
You said you know him from doing a show in Cincinnati.
yeah, I've done a few shows with him, like one of Lori Graves' shows out in Chillicothe.
Okay.
and-
Yeah, that's what I meant. Has he ever been here
Oh, yeah.
to where we would know him?
I love that woman.
Oh, I'm
She's
sure. One of our
down this
shows.
way, isn't
I'm
she?
sure.
Is she doing a show down this way?
Yeah, when is that show? Is that this Friday, I think?
Is it this Friday, Lori Graves?
Who that?
Lori Graves is headlining Wiley's.
Okay, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Remember that thing about
He's
remember that
old,
thing I said
remember.
about reminding myself to be
That blessing.
I was reminding myself that when this is over to go to the
You were just making a
bathroom.
mental note in the middle of your own show?
I have to, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's
What
I'm
was it?
53, man. That's
forgot,
what
yeah.
it's like, go bathroom. But we're gonna cut this down a little bit. Finish your story and then we'll wind it down.
Oh, yeah, we were just talking about
See, I don't
Bruce Leonard.
And it all got
Then we-
But you-
weird
and
after
your
you kinda
show
missed,
Yeah.
coming up
Forgot you had a
Saturday.
show going on.
Yeah. See if this re-airs like 5 months
Hey
from
man,
now.
wait till y'all get to be my age. Then I want y'all to talk. Of course, I'll be in my 60s then, and I probably won't be able to make it to.
I'm pretty sure I'll still have this mohawk at your age. Holding on to what little hair I have left.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, you've got one show. You've got a Monday show.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your show again, and then we're gonna
Noodles and Company.
Noodles and
From
Company.
7 to 7:30.
7 to 7:30.
Austin Landing.
All right, and I will be Sunday. I will be at Walmart on Dorothy Lane. Come back, say hey
Standing
to a
there
brother.
since Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be shopping for ramen noodles. It's my
Hey.
thing. Taking donations. We got a little special guest we're gonna bring in here to send us out. Coop, come send us
Cooper.
out.
Hey, buddy.
I like that shirt.
You can pick them up. All right, look at the camera. What do you want to say? Comedy ain't easy. Watch Comedy Ain't Easy.
Watch Comedy Easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch this, man. Check out some comedy clubs. Support live comedy. And we will see you next month or next week. Peace out.